What's up everyone, Master Fox here today, and I'm going to go over the April 1st TCG ban list with you guys. And I know this is a little bit late, but I was working on other projects, as you guys may know, and so this is coming out a couple days after the ban list actually came out. So in addition to going over my thoughts on the ban list, I kind of just want to give you guys some predictions of what I think will be meta coming into the April 1st format. So let's start with newly forbidden. So we see the 4 dragon rulers getting forbidden. And this is really surprising to me that the TCG would follow in the footsteps of the OCG and just outright ban all 4 dragon rulers. This is obviously in anticipation of Dark Matter Dragon, and that unfortunately has collateral damage in hitting other decks like Lightsworn rulers. But I guess Konami's really hitting these heavy OTK decks in decks like Dark Matter Dragon. And then we also see Snatch Steal being forbidden. A lot of us saw this coming, so there's not much to talk about there. And then newly limited Sinister Serpent. This is errated, so we knew he was coming back. Tour Guide from the Underworld. This is a hit against BA, and I don't know if this is the right hit because it hits other generic stuff, but Tour Guide was really one of the most powerful cards in the BA deck, so it's an understandable hit, and it's a fair hit in my opinion. Dragon Ravine. So Dragon Ravine came back. The rollers were banned, so this card is free to come back. That makes sense. They hit Preparation of Rites. This is obviously targeting Nekroz, and they're following the OCG in this. This card is really powerful in Nekroz, so I can see why it would be hit. I would rather they hit Nekroz more directly, but any hit to Nekroz is fair in my opinion. Sacrifice. Sacrifice is another good hit against Klee, and there's not much else to say there. Sacrifice is just a really powerful card for Klees. Symbol of Heritage. So this is kind of a weird card if you look at it by itself, but Konami is trying to eliminate a lot of loops, so they hit Symbol of Heritage for another card later, which is Lone Fire Blossom, which they ended up unlimiting. So I don't really think that it should have been hit, but Konami's really paranoid about these obscure loops, so they hit it. Alright, whatever. We have Temple of the Kings. This was errated, so it came back. Crush Guard Virus, it was errated, so it's coming back. Crush Guard Virus is still a good card, though. In Burning Abyss and Shadal's, they can run it pretty well. We have Exchange of the Spirit. This was errated. It's really bad now. Ring of Destruction. It was also errated. It's alright. It's probably still going to be used, but it's not the game ender that it used to be. Skill Drain and Vanity's Emptiness being limited. Vanity's Emptiness was kind of a format-wide thing. A lot of decks were using it. This is kind of a mean hit now that everybody is able to get their hands on Vanity's Emptiness after the Secret Forces. But I don't think too many people will complain about Vanity's being hit. And Skill Drain is obviously targeting Klees. So Klees lose a lot of their floodgate power here. And there's not really much that they can do to make it up. I think Klees will just have to go trap heavy this format. So more Klee hits in Clifford Scout. This is a fair hit in my opinion. Nekroz of Bryanak being semi-limited. This is barely a hit to Nekroz, really. Semi-limiting Bryanak. You can easily recycle them with Unicorn still, so this doesn't hurt them really at all. Xian finally being semi-limited. This was a long time coming. Xian should have been limited a long time ago. Charge of the Light Brigade. This is probably in exchange for the rulers being hit to the Lightsworn deck. In all honesty, though, it helps other grave-based decks more than Lightsworns. Decks like Shadalsworn and maybe Chaos Dragons will really like this coming back up to 2. I think it can come back to 2 fairly. There's not much to fear about Charge coming back up. Sacred Sword of the 7 Stars. So the rulers are banned. So this card could probably come to 3 with no problem at all. Alright, newly unlimited. This is a pretty interesting section. So we see Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Spirit coming up. I'm really happy about this. For those of you that may know me, I'm a big Fire Fist fan. So seeing Spirit come back is awesome. We can finally play 3-axis as it was in the OCG. We have 3 Spirit and 3 Rooster. Rekindling's at 1, but that's alright. We still have the crux of the engine both at 3. So this is really good. TCG finally gets a taste of 3-axis. Burner, okay, the 4 baby dragons are back. That's fine. They're pretty much useless. Gladiator Beast Bestiari. I am so happy about this. Glads are my favorite archetype, with Fire Fist being my second favorite archetype. So it's finally seeing Gladiator Beast Bestiari come back after so many years of being limited and being so overdue to come back. I'm really glad to see it back. It's not really going to make an impact at all, to be honest, but it's awesome to see that Konami's finally letting go of these relics of the past. Gore's coming up. Gore's is probably going to be irrelevant too. Another interesting one. I mentioned this before, but Lone Fire Blossom coming back to Unlimited is really interesting because now Sylvans can make use of it, and a lot of other decks can make use of it too. Even I've seen some 3-axis builds making use of Lone Fire because Horse Prince can summon a level 3 fire monster. If you look at him carefully, he summons a level 3 fire monster, not a Beast Warrior or a Fire Fist monster. So he can summon Lone Fire Blossom. I don't know what you can do with it, but someone out there, please break this combo. Please break Fire Fist plans. I want to see this happen. And so what else? We see Goryo Guardian come up to Unlimited. He could have come up a format ago and nothing would have happened, so nothing particular there. Hieratic Seal Convocation, this has had a long time coming too. So some interesting changes in this list. Overall, I think it's a good list, and it will allow some more interesting plays and decks to be viable. So what do I think will become meta post April 1st? Cliff Force got hit pretty hard, so I think they're going to drop out of the picture. Right now, Shaddolls and Satellar Knights have gone by scot-free, so they'll be able to compete well. Burning Abyss, they didn't get hit that hard either, so I think they'll still be in the scene. But I think Necros will still dominate everything else. They didn't have any direct hits outside of Bryanak, and Bryanak was only semi-limited, which is barely touching the deck at all. The deck is still extremely powerful, and I think it will still dominate the format. Decks to watch out for, though, is definitely 3-axis Fire Fist. We haven't seen what it can do in the TCG, but I think it has a very good chance at being viable, at least at a Tier 2 level. I don't know if it can compete with Necros, but it can definitely hold its own against decks like Satellar Knights and Shaddolls, in my opinion. So that's it for my thoughts and opinions on the TCG April 1st ban list. Tell me what you guys think about it below in the comments, and give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. And that's it for this video. I'll see you guys in my next video. Thank you.